Welcome back to Food News and Chews. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Cowboy.
Hey, and you thought Trent couldn't be here. Well, here I am, Wyatt Earp, channeling him.
So here's our Food News and Chews segment.
Hey, yeah.
We got the Wyatt Earp meal, right?
You said it was a manly meal.
Yes,
Hey.
and since we were at the Alltech Symposium, I thought I'd use a little bit of Alltech Lions Farm beef.
Pretty.
And this is great. This is a New York strip.
You can't eat with these things. How do these things work?
So we got a nice tall New York strip, and I want to do like a manly meal, right? So I figured we take these and stuff it full of pimento cheese and wrap it in country ham. That's a nice manly plate, right? So this is easy to do at home, guys. What you want to do is use a knife kind of like this, long, sharp on the edge, and go in one section right in the middle of the New York strip. And notice how I don't make the hole very big, but I kind of wedge all the way inside both sides of the steak. So it kind of creates this open little pocket right there, right?
Okay.
Very easy. Now I've got pimento cheese. We put some beer in there, just like a beer pimento cheese. Why not? It's manly.
Yeah, you know, and I could take this thing and go. That'd be manly, wouldn't it?
No.
Chugging.
So here you go. We're going to take that. I put it in a pastry bag. Makes it easier. If you guys have a spoon, that works fine too. So you want to stuff your New York strips full of cheese.
Now, these things can be obtained easily?
Yeah, you can get them at the grocery store. Bake shops usually have them too. They'll let you borrow if you're really nice and buy a lot of cookies from them.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just kind of beg for them. See how it's just kind of starting to fill up the entire New York strip full of cheese?
Man, that looks good.
Awesome stuff, right?
Excellent.
So,
what
got
great
some
tastes.
Country ham. Now we cure ours here, but otherwise you want to find just a cured country ham, not smoked, and have it sliced very
Very important.
Have it sliced very thin. So you
Why
kind
not
of
smoked?
raw.
Why not smoked?
Because you don't want it to be cooked because it's not as flexible. This is like a raw cured ham. If you see, this is like nice and malleable.
Yeah.
And plus we're going to do the cooking on the stove.
Okay.
So look at this. We're just going to wrap this guy up like a little blanket, right?
You're just coming up with everything manly.
That's right. This is very manly.
Where's the bourbon?
Right. Always want to do a little bit of salt and pepper. You know, even though that ham's salty, not too much, but I like a lot of pepper.
Pepper is a magic ingredient, isn't it?
It makes you sneeze. Clears your sinuses.
But you know, somebody said that was the key to good gravy.
Pepper.
Good gravy.
Yeah.
Pepper
I
is.
agree with that. That's a good. That's fun.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all you got to do. Wrap it up like that. Get a party of 8 of them ready if you want. You know, 1 or 2 at home. But you want to go to the skillet with this, and high heat is a necessary thing you have to do.
Yeah.
Very hot skillet. If you notice, this has been on the skillet on the stove for a long time.
Hey, partner, you want me to fire that engine up with my?
That's pretty good. So a little bit of oil in there.
Okay, so that we can see this.
So if you notice, that skillet is nice and smoking, right?
I know, smoking.
Right. We brought our steak over. It's nicely wrapped. So at that point, we have minimal oil, not enough to drown the skillet, just to coat the plate.
To know, yeah, because I usually drown stuff.
Right. You just want to go in there and sear it. Maybe just a touch more to get things moving.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to pan sear.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Both of these. I like to cook them in the skillet fully, so they're fully done. Just because I like that nice hard crust on the outside. The country ham gets salty and
on
crispy.
the inside,
Well, that's going to get just melted to where when you cut into it, it's just oozing out.
How long do you cook that for, like various things? Like if you wanted that medium rare.
Well, what I'm going to do is about 2 minutes on each side, and that's going to give me a rare. After that, about 2 more minutes per side to raise the temperatures. Now notice it's not going to take as long because we cut into it and we kind of separated the width. So there's like 2 sides that are actually cooking.
Yeah.
So if you notice, we're going to let this kind of sear up. Okay, so after you got a good baseline sear, right? Just going to take this guy over.
Trent would be so proud.
And when
Trent.
When you flip a steak like this, make sure you flip it away from you. That way the oil splatters out.
Oh man, I'm so glad.
So if you see that's nice and crispy on the outside.
Yeah, oh, that looks great.
Awesome, awesome.
That looks delicious. Boy, we feel like we're on the prairie.
That's right. All right, so we let the steak rest for a little while, and all the juices kind of settle down, and they don't try to run out of the meat when you cut it, right? So a nice little presentation. I think this steak would be really good with maybe some roasted tomatoes, a green vegetable, whatever. But the important part is for you to learn how to do this at home.
I have been taking
nice
notes.
And easy.
Yeah.
So if you want to look inside, you've got a nice piece of beef, and a little bit of rare to mid-rare there. And once that warms up some more, you got a nice cheese stuffing. So I like mine kind of mooing how Trent Loose would like it, right?
Yeah, it just came in off the farm.
So if you have more time, leave it in the skillet longer, get a little bit more cooked and oozing.
I might prefer a little bit more, but oh, how pretty.
Yeah, we'll just kind of set that up, and there's a nice little Lion's Farm steak wrapped in country ham and stuffed with beer cheese and pimento cheese, huh?
I love it. I love it. We've been in Jeremy's kitchen today learning about a manly meal, and we had such a great time with Trent Luce today. He is such a character, and we had a great time, and we're going to be back next week. We're going to be having the First Lady of Kentucky. We're going to be switching gears.
And I've got a great holiday favorite of hers from the governor's mansion, a peppermint balm. It's going to be delicious.
Yummy. All right, well, I'll have to have a costume change. We're going to wind this up, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week from Food, News, and Chews.